welcome to this week episode of Whimsy with the Z. We are in our second month of doing this, and I think it went pretty well for the first month. Any feedback that you guys have, please shoot us an email, comment somewhere. It was interesting. We are, like I said, month 2, which would now be the first days of school. And today we're going to hang out and talk with Alice. How you doing, Alice?
Hi, I'm doing good.
So, I wanted to start something off real quick. When I talk about Whimsy with the Z, I always refer to the 6 of you as kids. Like, is there a different word that you would prefer to be called other than like the Whimsy kid? Like, prefer teen, young adult? Does it matter at all to you?
I mean, I don't really care. Yeah.
All right. So that's just old man overthinking it. Only because like people still call me kid, and I don't like it. But I mean, you're still technically a kid, so I guess it's a little easier for you to digest.
Yeah.
How have you been? It's been a month.
I've been all right. It sucks because I'm outside in the heat, walking around.
Oh yeah. Before we get into first days of school, did you listen to all 5 of the other teens?
I haven't listened to all of them, but I remember listening to Mark, was
Okay.
it? Yeah, and he was talking about like freshmen wanting to do. I don't know.
He does the
freshmen.
Yeah, he does the G Crew thing where he volunteers to help mentor the freshmen.
Yeah, he was saying something about the freshmen, and I was like, I don't know about you, but I did not think that when I was a freshman. But, to each their own.
Yeah. What do you think of the ones that you did listen to?
I just thought that it was interesting to hear about just what other people's thoughts, and then also like the ones around my age, because I only know like my thoughts and then my friends' thoughts, and we kind of have like the same ideas, but then like other people that I don't know at all whatsoever. Wow.
There's an 11-year-old Danielle, who's the youngest of the group. She's technically not a Z, but I wanted her in here anyway. She's very excited to hear more from you and Pinky because she's 11. She's like, I don't want any of it moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she said she was very eager to make sure she didn't really care about the boys much, but she's like, I'm definitely going to listen to the girls. So it'll be interesting to see what she takes from you guys. And then if there's any little advice, because it's different with you and Pinky, because you guys do have a different perspective on things, definitely on the girl female side, because I think we all know that people see or act or do things differently with females versus the males. So it'll be interesting to see what are some of those differences in like how you as a female, like walk through life protecting yourself, and then kind of the, just make sure you're doing your stuff. How long have you been in school now?
I started last Wednesday, so this would be my 4th full day.
Okay. How was it?
My first day?
Yeah.
Well, I almost thought I went into the wrong classroom, but it's okay. It's because the teachers had to switch classrooms last second, so it wasn't me.
It's like, because you've been at that school for now your 4th year, right?
Well, no, I've been there since sophomore year.
Okay.
Because I moved at the end of freshman year.
All right. So a little embarrassing to think that you've been there before and then you somehow forgot or lost what room you're supposed to be in.
Yeah. And I also made a joke like, oh, what if I accidentally start walking towards one of my old classes from last year? And then that's exactly what I did the second day. But it's okay. My friends corrected me. They're like, "Hey, man, we gotta go this way."
Oh, that's so funny. You got your little group. They're all looking out for each other.
Yeah, and I'm quite happy because pretty much all my classes are like close by to my boyfriend's, so I'm able to walk to like every class with him.
Does he like that?
Yes, and we have lunch together.
You say he likes it. You don't know. No, good for you guys. So you guys are still together? You guys made it through the summer?
Yes.
Congratulations. Good for you. So with school just starting, let's talk about the week before, like getting ready, getting the prep ready for school. When I was in school, it was kind of like a big thing, like that week before, that week or two before, where it's like you got to get new haircut, you got to get new clothes, you got to go school supply shopping. Did you do any of that? Did you get a new haircut? Did you get some blue? Did I see blue?
Yeah, the day before, no, 2 days before, I had bleached my hair so that I was ready to go ahead and put the color in. And then the night before, I went ahead and put blue in my hair, and it looked like I murdered a Smurf.
But you like it?
Yes, I am very happy with how it turned out. I mean, I did it myself, so.
Very cool. Do you go like school clothes shopping? Like, do you have to go buy a new couple of outfits? Do you make that first week? You gotta look cute. You gotta look nice. You can't let everybody know you're wearing last year's stuff.
Well, I didn't get to go shopping for new clothes. But soon I should be able to get new clothes, but that's okay.
All right. School supply shopping. Is that still a thing? Like, what did you need to get as far as like paper, pens? Like, what kind of like supplies do you need as a senior?
Well, I think it depends on like your classes.
Okay.
I mean, I got told like the first day or second by like two of my teachers, like, oh, just get a notebook, dry erase markers, pens, pencils, and a folder or binder. So I just pretty much got those things, and then like if other people went ahead and did extra, got like, I don't know, color pencils or a whole whiteboard.
Right. It's not like back in the day when you were in like elementary school where you had to go get all of the shit. You're just like, I just need 4 things and get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
How did you adjust to your sleep schedule? Did you have like a typical summer to stay up all day, sleep all day type of sleep schedule?
My sleep schedule at some point was like really bad. I think once I stayed up until like 3, almost 4, and then I didn't wake up until like 12:01. So I had to fix that, and it was like a week before. It was terrible, but it's okay.
Did you get up on time for the first day of school?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I think we're going to see a lot of people kind of having that really messed up like sleep schedule.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember if William said it or not on his, but he even up to like the first like the second day of school, he was still up texting, calling me at like 2 a.m. I'm like, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be asleep." He's like, "I don't know what I'm doing." That's so cool. Do you have any other? Did you do anything else to kind of prepare and get ready for the first days of school?
Not really. I mean, I just made sure that I had a backpack to use and I had my schedule. Yeah. Yeah.
Were you nervous that night before the first day of school?
Absolutely.
Like,
I was terrified.
But you've already done this.
I know, but it's still scary. What?
It is a little bit. All right, I'll give it to you. What does the first day of school look like? Everybody running around crazy. Where do you meet your friends in the morning? Give me an average first week of school.
Well, obviously, people constantly looking at a piece of paper or their phone, trying to figure out what class they're supposed to be in. Going around asking each other, "Oh, what class do you have? What building are you in? What lunch do you have?" People also meeting up with their friends, hanging out, hugging each other, like, "Oh, I missed you so much."
Did you do any of that?
Yes, I did. Of course.
Oh, I love that. Because it's like the first day of camp. I didn't go to camp, but I think that analogy can be made where you come back and you get to see everybody again.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Do you have two different lunch periods, like a first and second lunch?
Yeah, we have a lunch and a B lunch.
Which one's better?
I think B lunch. Okay. Because you go to 4 of your classes, and then you go to lunch, and then you just have 2 classes left in the day. And then A lunch, you go to 3 classes, then you go to lunch, and then you still have 3 more.
See, that's where I'm at. I'm a big fan of like the late lunch because I want to be able to just, and then I'm almost done with the day. Some kids, maybe they left school and they only had to leave 2 classes instead of 3 classes after lunch.
Yeah.
Do you eat lunch at school?
Well, in general, I sometimes like skip lunch, but yeah, I'll sometimes eat lunch at school.
What do you have? What do you like? Do you eat the cafeteria food or do you normally bring your own?
The cafeteria food.
That's what I'm talking about. So when I went, you had like a small window that would do like slices of pizza, your sodas, and your snacks, and then inside you'd have like the taco one with the tacos and the whatevers, and then like 3 different types of cuisine. Do you have something similar to that?
Well, inside the cafeteria, we have like there's like 2 sections where it's like the daily, like every day they have this pizza and like chicken sandwiches.
Okay.
And then there's like the other lines where it's like something that they serve once a week. Like this cheesy pull apart thing. I don't know what it's called. And And then outside they have I think it's like, I forgot what it's called, snack bar, where they sell like tater tots, spicy chicken nuggets, cookies.
And what do you eat for lunch?
Well, last year I would get like the pizza or the chicken sandwich. It was quicker, you know?
Yeah. Where do you hang out at lunch?
Well, because it's hot outside, I've just been sitting inside at like a table or whatever.
Okay.
If I can find one that's open.
Now, when you go to lunch, do you have to make sure you have enough seats for everybody?
Yeah.
So you have to put your bag down, your folder down, and then something else down, and then you can lock up 3 spots.
Yeah. See, because it's just me, my boyfriend, my one friend, and her friend. So it's 4 of us, and we could just like real quick find a little table that has 4 chairs already, put our stuff down, take up the table, and we're chilling.
When it cools down, do you guys go outside, or you guys typically hang out in the inside all year?
Well, I know that for sure when it starts cooling down and stuff, I will be going to sit outside.
Okay.
Not in the cafeteria with everybody and their mom.
It's loud in there, isn't it?
Yes, very.
So that's never changed.
Nope. Not at all.
Having started this podcast last month, the first couple of days in school, are you more aware of like freshmen, for example? Are you noticing the interactions that freshmen are having with each other?
Oh my gosh. I think. Okay, I was just telling my mom about this right now before I got on here.
I didn't even know.
I think it was freshmen. Because they looked like little prepubescent boys. I don't know. They scared me. It was just a big group of little boys. They looked like they were getting picked up from preschool. But like, so I was waiting after school to get picked up by my mom's boyfriend, and I'm standing there, and there's quite a big group of little boys. And so at some point they like got a little close to me, right? I didn't think it was on purpose. I just thought like, they're joking around, messing around, pushing each other around. So I like scooted away, and they got closer to me again. And so I scooted away again. Tell me why they get closer to me again. So I get even further away. I sat down on this, like, we don't have benches. They just have like these big cement blocks. Mm-hmm. So I like got even further away. I sat down right there waiting to get picked up. I even put in my AirPods like a while ago, and they're noise canceling. So like, I had those in the whole time. So obviously I'm not trying to talk to nobody, especially not no little boy. So I got further away from them. I'm sitting down. I'm waiting to get picked up. Tell me why they get even closer again. Oh my gosh.
What were they doing? They just trying to be like, I don't know.
I don't know. They just kept like
messing
around, talking, laughing, whatever. And they kept like, this one specific boy kept getting all close to me and stuff like that. I don't know. They were wearing this dumb backpack that's like all colorful. It looks like that camouflage type deal, but it's like purple and pink or whatever, and it has like these eyes with like these sharp teeth on the backpack or something, and like 2-3 of them had curly hair. They were walking like they'd, excuse my French, but shit their pants.
They're just nervous, and they're like, let's attempt to talk to a girl, and you're like, I'm not having any of it.
Yeah, no.
Are they like during the day? Are freshmen just like everywhere, or do they kind of tend to like formed their own little groups like the boys did? Like,
I mean, I haven't seen like a lot, but just a couple times, like here and there, I've seen like little groups, and I feel like they look younger. They're joking around, giggling, kikiing, like, oh, they must be freshmen.
it's their school now. You're on your way out. They got to start establishing their place, man.
Oh, well, I hope they realize they gotta snap out of that.
You're like, next year, you guys can, not this year.
Yeah.
That
freshman year, you can mess around and do whatever because it gets scarier.
Oh, so they're in there having a good time because they're not fully immersed into the high school experience yet.
They're like, oh my gosh, high school, we're so grown, yada yada. This is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Before the reality check of like, high school stuff happens, experiences happen, your grades start slipping.
Yep.
All right. If any younger people are listening, we got the 11-year-old. What kind of advice do you have for a younger person, like the freshman, like your first time at a new school? What kind of advice do you got for them?
I think when you're starting your freshman year, you need to realize that, like, oh yeah, it's high school. It's like so exciting, like, oh my gosh, but also it's high school. You're only a couple years away from adulthood. You don't need to immediately like snap out of like, oh, I'm not a kid anymore, like I'm so mature. No, you don't need to think that way, but also realize you're not exactly in kindergarten anymore. Like, you need to realize that you can't just mess around. You have to actually still be doing good in school. But also, like, you can still have a good time, good memories, but don't continue that childish behavior.
So you see the two extremes. They're too kiddish or they're too serious.
Like, they want to act like that they're so mature already, you know?
Okay.
Sorry, I was just checking.
Is that mom?
That was my sister.
Hi, sister. What are some of the things that when you were a freshman that you would stress out about that you don't really stress out about now?
Well, I was coming out of being online for like 8th grade and half of 7th grade because quarantine and stuff like that. So all my social skills were out the window. And I was so awkward. It was terrible. So I was scared to be going back to in-person school, and also the fact that it was high school.
And you're not seeing those kids have that problem now?
I'm not really sure.
All right. Are you going to have any interactions with like a freshman or a sophomore person?
My English teacher was like talking about like, oh, how would you feel if we started doing this thing where you adopt a freshman?
Okay, similar to the G Crew thing.
Yeah, like you become friends with them, like try to give them advice, help them around, you know, because it's their first time, it's your last year, you know stuff that they don't.
And what did you say to that?
I was like, I mean, if I ever like start talking to one, if I ever like become friends with one, you know, I won't just randomly go up to a freshman and be like, hey, I'm gonna adopt you.
But that's kind of what you're doing here. You're podcasting. You're trying to like ish adopt a freshman. So this English teacher, is she trying to get like a new program started, or does it already exist?
It's not necessarily a. I don't really think it's a program. It's just like kind of something that she wants for like us seniors to do. I think it has something to do to help us in English, I guess. I don't really know.
Okay. All right. So if she came to you and was like, what period is English?
Third hour.
Okay. So if she's like, hey guys, my second hour, a bunch of freshmen, here's their names. Or like she holds them over for a minute and she's like, little Joanne here is now your mentor, your mentee. What are you gonna do? You look scared, or not scared, but you're just like, I don't want to.
Like, I don't know. Like, what if they're one of those girls that's like a pick-me or something? I don't know.
So you want to? So with this podcast, you want to help people by sharing experiences and some advice, but not on a one-on-one basis.
I mean, if it really helps somebody, you know, like if someone really needed it, I wouldn't just be like, "It'll no, go away." That's terrible.
What do you do if you're in the bathroom and you see little Joanne getting picked on by some of the other girls?
Obviously, I'm gonna toss my backpack around.
That's your mom's answer. God, you're just like your mom. Because she would do the same thing.
Toss her backpack at someone?
Oh, yeah. She'll throw it down real quick.
I told her some girl in my English last year kept messing with me, and she said I should have slapped her across the face.
Well, I don't think we want to. I'm glad you did. I'm assuming you did not.
Yeah, no. But she did want to keep trying to insinuate I didn't have a father. But, you know.
Like, that's still a thing.
Yeah.
Like they're like. Like that's.
Then she wanted to say that I was dirty. Like, she wanted to insinuate that I was dirty because I'm white.
Like, it's. Well, good to know that the classics are still around. Like, you don't have a dad, and like, you're like, real mature stuff, guys. I don't know. I don't understand it. Walk me through your class schedule. What does your first hour look like?
My first hour is it's just a class where I pretty much have to help with the yearbook.
Okay, so you're doing yearbook?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. What are you doing with the yearbook?
Well, currently I have to currently we have to like come up with ideas for like the theme of the yearbook this year. And I have no idea.
What was last year's theme?
Last year, it was plain. It was just red, black, and white, or something like that.
What kind of themes are they looking for? Like under the sea?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, I'll follow up next month with it. All right. So we got yearbook prep. What are we doing second hour?
Second hour, what do I have? Second hour, I have economics.
All right. So this is what we talked about last month. We're going to teach you how to handle money because next year you got to do it all. Are you excited for that class? Did they tell you what you're going to do in that class?
Kinda. I'm not really sure. I just know that the teacher talked about what she expected from the students, respect, you know, the whole shabam.
Like real first day or two of school, like.
Yeah.
All right. And what about our third hour?
Third hour English. And which
You
is
like
cool because I have 2 teachers again, and it's also right next to the classroom from my English last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I like those teachers.
And what are we doing fourth hour?
Fourth hour, I have system conditioning.
What is system conditioning?
Well, it's not like normal PE. It's where I'll be having to lift weights and whatnot, and
Okay.
then lifting weights and doing some cardio, and then once a week we'll do like yoga, like stretching, you know.
Okay. All right. I did some systematics back in the day. I was lifting. I enjoyed that. It was one of my favorite classes. I don't know what it is, but you go in there and you start lifting some weights.
Yeah, and I'm actually not too upset by it because I've been meaning to go back to the gym anyway, and I
This
just
is
get
free.
it done. Yeah.
How many of these first 4 classes do you have with your boyfriend? Do you have any classes with your boyfriend?
No, I don't have any classes with them.
Does that make you sad?
A little bit, yeah.
Your little clique, you and your friends. Do you have any classes with any of your friends?
I have a class with one of my friends, but he's not like in my friend group. He's just
Okay.
like a friend that I made in a class last year.
Okay. All right. So he's the friend of the class, but not the friend outside of the hangout with lunch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are we doing for the 5th hour?
I have
Lunch.
college algebra.
College algebra.
Yeah.
Are you good with the numbers?
Well, I mean, I ended last year just algebra with an A. So the whole year I kept an A.
All right.
So
And what's your last hour?
my last hour is human anatomy.
Science class or like a health class?
Science class.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you predicting for grades this year? Where are you going to struggle the most?
Probably. I want to say maybe a little bit in the economics.
Okay.
A little bit in the human anatomy. Not too bad though, I don't think.
Are you in that position where you have like a half a year your second semester, or you can have a full 7 classes next semester also?
We only have 6 classes.
Lunch is the 7th hour, but are you going to have all 6 classes again for the second semester?
Yeah. See, I would have been able to get early release, but I didn't turn in the paper on time because I had the requirements for it. Because you had to take, I think, a full 2 years of a language class and then a full year of a CTE class. And I took 2 full years of 2 CTE classes. So I had that. And then also, you don't need a 3rd year of science.
Okay.
But I was late to turn it in the paper.
Do you have any plans for any kind of after school activities, school related?
I mean, there's only going to be probably my yearbook class where I'll have to like go to events or something to take pictures.
Are you like a photographer of the class of that?
We're all going to have to be taking pictures.
Do you have to write like an article or anything?
I would hope not.
You're like, I just want to snap some pictures, get in, get out.
I mean, if they're going to be setting specific jobs for people, I'll just take pictures.
Do they provide your own like a camera, or do you have to use like your phone camera?
We can use either one. There's like 9 people in my class, so there should be enough for like each of us to get a camera assigned to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like, if in that moment we don't have like our camera, but we have our phone, and like we see like a moment like, oh, this would be good to take a picture of, the teacher said our phone camera works just fine. So
I'm trying to read my notes and I can't read what I wrote. Last month we talked a little bit about preparing for college. Now that you're in school, is college prep at all on your radar yet?
I haven't looked into it yet, but I feel like I probably should.
Have you ever taken your SATs yet? Is that a thing still?
I think it is.
All right. But you still want to go to college? You're probably going to go local community college right after high school.
Yeah.
So there's no huge rush because community college is pretty simple to kind of get into. There's no like huge process. When you start filling out college applications, will you put you're going to put like obviously your grades that you did yearbook?
Yeah.
Are you I'm just curious, but will you be putting that you did a podcast talking about teens with teens for teens? Like will you put this on your college application that says an extracurricular that I did was I was on a podcast for the year sharing my experiences?
I feel like it would be a pretty good thing to put in there, you know?
So I think I'm going to get 50-50 across with that question. One is a weird question, to be honest with you, because it's weird to think, because like you wouldn't put like I don't know, I think this is where some of the differences are, because I'm more like hustler, where if like I had an Instagram that had like 1.5 million followers, that shit's going on an application. But yeah, I'm just curious to see if, because like part of the vision when we talked with the 6 of you, and like the underlining mission of the podcast is to share your experiences and help others and just share. And like on paper, like that sounds fantastic. But then when it comes to like actually talking about it or acknowledging that you do it, most people are kind of like, nah, I don't know. Have you told anybody that you do this podcast?
I told my cousin and one of my friends.
Okay. Have they listened?
They immediately searched it up and started listening to my first recording with you, and they were like, "Oh my gosh!"
That's awesome.
And they kept saying to me like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Alice. How are you doing, Alice?"
Well, they're welcome to email us if they have any suggestions or ideas or any feedback. We're getting some feedback. I'm going to gather all the feedback, make sure you guys have all of your comments that people leave for you guys. I want to make sure you guys get all of those things, because I think it helps add some validity to the concept of this when you actually hear people commenting that they like it, or one of your stories helped them through something. and or just any of the positive vibes that the show is bringing. That's so funny. Okay, just because my son was like, absolutely not. He's like, I would never tell people I'm a podcaster. I'm like, oh, come on.
No, my cousin and my friend, they actually thought it was pretty cool.
What would you do if you and your friend or your cousin was like, how about you guys do podcasts? And they're like, come on, Alice, the three of us, we're going to do a podcast. Would you do it?
I mean, I've been saying for like weeks, months, like, come on, guys, what if we started a podcast? Like, we're hilarious, we're interesting, we got some experience to share.
Right. If you ever did, or if you hear anybody interested, 100%, I would meet with you guys. It's a very simple setup. Like you're on a computer, I'm on a computer, and that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And it's all free. I can totally help set the thing up. Because I would love to see like extra podcasts pop up from this. I don't even care about what. I just think it'd be interesting to hear more younger people podcasting, because there's not a lot of younger people podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
If you go and search like teen related podcasts, a lot of it's like mommy science, or like two mommies like having a glass of wine telling stories, or dad telling jokes about experiences, but very little do you actually hear like a teenage voice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you guys are interested at any point, let me know. I'd be happy to help you guys set that up. I think that would be funny. I think it would be fun. Have you noticed any benefits since last week in listening to the others? Any benefits from the podcast itself, or just talking about stuff?
Well, with talking and stuff like that, like asking the questions and like hear once in a while just that one personal question, and then sharing it, I feel like, I've gotten a bit more comfortable, even though we did this once.
Right.
I don't know.
And you don't seem as nervous. You're not so shaky. You're like, no, I am. What are some of your plans for the overall year? We still have to get a license.
Yeah.
And we still have to find a job.
Yeah.
Are you going to have both of those things by the end of the year?
Well, hopefully, mostly a job, so that I could use the money to put forward for my trip to Greece.
Okay.
The license? No comment.
Is it no license because why? Because I'm not going to get a car, or no license because like I don't want to drive? Like it freaks me out still.
Well, I have bad anxiety, so I'm kind of still pretty scared. But like, I feel like once I just go for it, I'm zooming, you know?
What part of driving gives you the most anxiety?
I don't know, dying maybe.
Oh, I like it. If you were, because you've driven some,
Yeah.
are you more comfortable like on like the side streets and the surface streets, or more like the freeway drive?
Well, freeway does. Oh, I don't know.
All right. We're gonna check in every month and just find out where you're at with both of those. What are you doing? Where are we gonna look for a job? we're into our senior year. Like, shit's real now. We got Greece coming up in like 10 months. We need to get a couple of bucks. We need a job. Where are we going? Where are we looking?
Well, my teacher, the one that's like within the program for setting it up, he said, find a pizza place. Easiest. I was like, oh, cool. So I guess a pizza place is the idea, is one of the choices.
Okay. That's not bad because you probably won't be in the back making pizzas, so you'll just be handing out pizzas and cleaning off tables.
Yeah.
All right.
That works for me. I mean, I don't want to be in the back tossing a pizza because it's going to land on my head.
Plus, it's hot back there anyway. You don't even want to be over there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Does it make you nervous at all that you will be working at said pizza place and then kids from school come in and see you working, looking like a hot mess? You got pizza all over you. Like, maybe you drop a plate.
All I gotta say is I gotta get that money, okay? Working ain't cheap. It ain't pretty.
Because, like, do you go anywhere and know people from school that have jobs now? Like, do you know of a pizza place that already has, like, Steven or little Joanne working already?
I actually went with my friends to a pizza place where our one friend works at.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys all supportive of him?
Yeah, it was fun to see him in the back tossing around pizza.
All right. Yeah, I always enjoyed working during high school because then it's like, hey, come on in. And then, like, I can't give you free food, but I don't know. It's kind of like, because I worked at like a fast food place, so it was always fun when people came in because then I would come up front like I ran everything and I was like, this is my place.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was nice because he was the one that was like, oh, like, you guys should come to my work. Like, if you come, I'll pay for your food. And also, he wanted to show us this girl, one of his coworkers, he had a little crush on.
So there you go.
So he was like, hey, if y'all come to my work, I'll pay for your food.
And then one of you have to go talk to her and then talk me up.
So we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna be his wingman, or multiple of us. And so we went, and he actually did pay for our food, and it was like $60-70 something. We were like, oh gosh,
that's what he makes in a week.
We could have helped a bit. He was like, nah, it's okay. Just glad you guys came. We were like, oh.
You probably got a discount.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. We had a good time, and we saw the girl. She was a little cute thing.
All right. Is your boyfriend working?
He was working at some point, but he got fired. But it was because of bad management.
You're a teenager. You're supposed to get, like, that's the beauty of it. Because, like, you can get fired and you just go pick up another crappy job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does he drive?
He knows how.
Okay.
A lot more than I do.
Okay.
He doesn't have his license, but he knows how to drive.
Okay. So how are you getting around that you're not driving? Friends and mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, see, one of my friends has her license. So she actually picked me up this morning, and we went to school together. So that was fun. It was nice. It was cool to see one of my friends. I was her little passenger princess.
Before we go, we got into it a little bit with Mark this month. have you seen any type of like bullying happening in that first week of school? Not necessarily to you, but maybe to like the freshmen or ongoing from last year. Anybody? Like, what does bullying look like today?
Bullying. I mean, I haven't really seen any other than that girl last year in my English trying to insinuate stuff about me. I mean, I haven't really seen anything.
Okay.
Just like the usual people talking about whoever behind whoever's back. Girls getting mad at each other over some boy that looks like Vector from Despicable Me.
All right. So is your school pretty good about like monitoring and then addressing bullying at your school?
I mean, I believe so, but I just know that there's quite a few fights sometimes
Okay.
here and there. There was one time where it was a boy and a girl fighting, actually, which,
You don't see a lot of those.
yeah, no, it happened like twice.
All right.
Oh, and then one time there was a girl that got into a fight with a bunch of other girls, and then she went viral and stuff like that because she spit blood out of her mouth, and people were like, oh my gosh, like, she's so hot, oh my gosh, she's so cool. She just got jumped and she spat out blood and smiled. Like, what do you mean?
Well, what do you mean by she went viral? Where did she go viral on?
TikTok, Instagram.
And where does and how does one find this video on Instagram or TikTok? Do you guys have dirt pages? Do you know what a dirt page is?
What do you mean? Like,
So like someone at your school will have like a gossip channel.
oh, oh my god.
This fascinates me. I've never heard of this. I just heard about it 2 days ago. Do you guys call it something different other than
There's
a dirt page?
People make all kinds of accounts and stuff like that. They'll make like an account about people's shoes, about people falling asleep at school, fights, confessions, crush confessions. Oh my goodness.
Are any of them ever positive? Been like best dressed of the day, click click, or is it always like slob of the day? Enough said.
Yeah. Well, the crush confessions, I think it's like kind of like, oh, her name is blah blah blah. Like, her name is Lil Joanne. I see her walk in the hallway to her class every day. I just love the way her hair is. She's so beautiful. She's so kind. I've never spoken to her, but.
And then what does Joanne do when she sees it?
She doesn't know who it's from unless the person says who they are.
So you guys still okay. Because like even though it's like TikTok, they kind of just a picture over it and you don't see a face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's weird stuff out there. Yeah, this is the first time I ever learned about a dirt page, and it seems kind of disgusting. And have you ever been featured on one of these dirt pages?
Nope.
Okay. Would you know if you were? Like, does it get around? Like, if so, bully Ben is like, I'm just going to create this dirt page. Alice how dare she wear those shoes, past Labor Day, and I post it, does it get back to you? Do your friends be like, oh my gosh, you have to watch this?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I guess that's half of the point, right? Is to make sure that Alice knows that I did a video on her.
Pretty much.
All right.
I had a friend that, because like I said, there's like confession accounts and stuff like that people make. I had a friend that someone was spreading rumors about her and stuff like that, and went onto the confession accounts and was like, oh, so-and-so is a dirty little, and then just all kinds of slurs, bad names, and I was like, oh my gosh.
If any of the other 5 Whimsy teens or one of your friends ever find themselves on one of these dirt pages, what kind of advice would you have for them?
I mean, personally, if it was me, I'd be like, I know it's not true, so I mean, they can have their little fun with it, but like, if you know it's not true,
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's none of your concern. It has nothing to do with you because it's not true about you.
Plus, it rotates out pretty quickly. Like,
and it just shows that people they're so jealous of how amazing you are.
I love that. We're gonna end it right there on that. If you're being bullied, part of it might just be that they're a little bit jelly.
Yeah, because you're just so awesome.
And for the most part, I think most of you guys are pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know what people expect. Like, as a 17-year-old boy, I don't know what to expect from you as a 17-year-old to be like, I need you to be like, one, why the hell is it my place to dictate anything? But no, I agree. You guys are all awesome. So I like that. It's not true. Don't worry about it. It blows over, and then fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next month, do you have any suggestions or ideas for a topic for next month? The podcast writes itself most of the year, right? We have summer, first days of school. We'll go into like dances and proms, testing. So like the school schedule kind of dictates some of those. But next month, there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Do you have a suggestion or idea for a topic that we can get all 6 of you guys to talk about? You don't have to. I'm just saying.
I mean, maybe like for sports, perhaps.
What about sports?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really care for sports.
That's the best. You give me the one suggestion, you have nothing to contribute. Alice, you are fantastic. You're the best, man. I appreciate you again taking the time to speak with us for an hour. Good job. I appreciate you. I really do. I really appreciate you taking the time
Of course.
to share your experiences. And look forward to next month when we'll see how everything went. Make sure your classes are good. See if you traded or changed any classes, and we'll just check up on you and see how you're doing.
Yeah, we'll see next time if I toss my backpack at anyone.
Well, you have a good rest of the night, and we'll see you next month.
All right.
Bye, Whimsy. You're awesome.